And staff, can we make sure that when we're talking, we are talking in here on the audio?
The clerk has spoken. Well, good evening, everyone. Congratulations to our new board, assembled for another 4 years together. On this day of May Day, May 1st, 2025, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Christie, if you would, call the roll.
Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Kunkel?
Here.
Trustee Bancole?
Here.
Trustee Broccolino?
Here.
Trustee Albuck?
Here.
And Trustee Gutierrez?
Here.
We have a quorum?
We have a quorum, sir.
Thank you.
Have a
Please
party.
join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. Do you have a motion to accept the agenda?
So move.
Second. A motion and a second. Any
I would-
changes?
Yes, please. If I could just remove, so 7A7 from the consent agenda.
787?
Thank you.
All righty.
Got it. Thank you. Alrighty, Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole? Yes. Trustee Broccolino?
Yes. Yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
And Trustee Porter?
Yes. Thank you. Presentations. I have I'll read my proclamation. Is anyone here from the Jewish organization? Whereas Jewish American Heritage Month is observed each May to recognize and celebrate the contributions of Jewish Americans to the cultural, intelligence, spiritual, economic, and social fabric of our nation. And whereas for over 3 centuries, Jewish Americans have enriched the United States with their achievements in all areas of life, including science, medicine, education, the arts, business, law, and public service. And whereas Jewish Americans have been leaders in the fight for civil rights and social justice, and their enduring commitment to religious freedom and democratic values has strengthened our communities to our country. And whereas during this month, we honor the generation of Jewish Americans who have faced prejudice, persecution with resilience, courage, determination, and we recommit ourselves to combating anti-Semitism and all forms of hate. And whereas the history, culture, and traditions of the Jewish people are a vibrant and integral part of our shared American story. Now therefore, I, Rodney Craig, Village President of Village of Hanover Park, do hereby declare and proclaim May 2025 to be Jewish American Heritage Month in the Village of Hanover Park, and encourage all residents to learn more about the rich heritage and lasting contribution of Jewish Americans and celebrate the strength of our diverse community. Very good. And how many here representing Kids at Home?
Come on up, friends.
Uh-huh. I got plenty. I got plenty. All right. Come on up. Thank you. It's a belief system, you know. We're going to do this till we get it right. Keep me out of trouble, will you? Okay, good. Okay. I have one of these for each of you. I may have a few more on Saturday. But whereas the Kids at Hope is a national initiative committed to the success of all children without exception. Whereas Kids at Hope is committed to reversing the stigma, abuse, and inherent harmful self-fulfilling prophecy associated with the expression youth at risk. And whereas Kids at Hope advances a research-developed cultural framework which demonstrates that all children can succeed without exception. When children are surrounded by adults who believe they can succeed, hello? When children benefit from meaningful and sustainable relationships with caring adults, and when children learn to articulate the future of life's four major destinations of home, family, education, and career, community and services, and hobbies and recreation. And whereas Kids at Hope promotes the practice of treasure hunting to ensure all children's talents, intelligence, and positive traits are discovered. And whereas the people of Hanover Park are committed to the success and future opportunity of all children of our village. And whereas the Village of Hanover Park will host the Kids at Hope Community Health and Resource Fair on May 3rd, this Saturday, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And we'll all be there really early, right? Oh, okay. I'm a tough mayor. And introduce all youth to opportunities available to them in our village that will help them succeed. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, Village President of the Village of Hanover Park, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Kids at Hope Month in the Village of Hanover Park, and I encourage all citizens to observe and join in this special expression. We've been doing this for I don't know how many years, but it's a belief system. It's not a budget draining system. It's a belief that all children are capable of success without exception, without exception. So I want to thank you all for being here. You get a gold tag. Let's get a photo together. I have some more for Saturday. All right, can we crowd around? I'll get in the middle of all of these. Okay. Can we? So much. Are we in the camera? Very good. Very good. Please. Thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Hello, good to see you. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, good to see you. Thank you.
Any firefighters in the room? Would you like to join me? Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this proclamation highly professional group of firefighters in Hanover Park. I respect you all. You've got marvelous leadership. Even though the chief's standing here, I would have said it anyway. But thank you. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for showing up to work. Thank you for supporting the people of Hanover Park. Thank you, Chief. Whereas the United States Congress and the President of the United States have designated the day of annual National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Service as a day to honor firefighters and emergency services personnel who have sacrificed their lives to have others by lowering the American flag on all federal buildings to half-staff. Whereas an average of 80 firefighters courageously make the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty every year. And whereas firefighters and emergency services personnel play an essential role in the protection of lives and property in our local community. And whereas the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend also marks International Firefighters Day 2025. And whereas it is of major importance that we increase our efforts to reduce deaths, injuries, and property losses from fire. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, President of Village of Hanover Park, call upon the citizens of Village of Hanover Park and upon all patriotic, civic, and educational organizations to observe the day of May 4th, 2025 in recognition of the patriotic service and dedicated efforts of our fire and emergency services personnel by lowering the American flag on all buildings to half-staff. Thank you very much. Okay, who's taking the big photo? Let's all crowd together. Can I sneak in the middle? Yes. For better or worse. Can you get us all in? Yeah. Very good. Very good. Meet the board. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service. And hello again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Courtney? Courtney, you are my inspiration, Courtney. You don't know what you got yourself into, Courtney. Okay, proclamation. Whereas, you ready? Loneliness and social isolation are significant health concerns in the United States. Whereas current research has found that 1/3 of American adults report feeling constantly lonely or isolated, and even higher rates among certain populations such as older adults, young adults, the LGBTQ plus community, and veterans. I'm on 2 of these. Oh, yes. Whereas these feelings of loneliness and isolation can increase the risk of chronic diseases, mental health disorders, and mortality. And whereas over the past decades, social and technological changes such as the rise of social media, increased work demands have impacted our ability to form meaningful connections with others. And whereas the National Forum for Heart Disease and Stroke Prevention recognizes the critical impact of loneliness and social isolation on the health and well-being of our communities. And whereas the Move with the Mayor, thank you for volunteering to help me, Spring Mental Health and Physical Activity Challenge is a powerful initiative to promote physical activity while fostering social connections among our residents, directly addressing the Surgeon General's call to action. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Rodney S. Craig, Village President of Village of Hanover Park, officially supports effort to address loneliness and isolation through social connection. And Courtney, thank you so much. Okay, you got it. Let's try, Courtney.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I'd ask the village clerk to join me.
What I do. Last year.
Oh, you did it. Our village clerk. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mike ran out the door with this coming, so. Whereas the office of professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world. And whereas the office of professional municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens and local governing bodies and agencies of government at other levels. Whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Doing a good job at that. Whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community, and whereas professional municipal clerks continue to strive to improve the administration of others in the office of professional municipal clerks through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and annual meetings of the state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of professional municipal clerk. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, Mayor of the Village of Hanover Park, do hereby recognize Christy on the week of May 4th through May 10th, 2025 as professional municipal clerk, and thank them for the vital services they perform and exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Signed this first date of May 2025 by the Honorable Mayor, your buddy. Thank you. Thank you. All right, another photo. Uh-oh, we got waved over. Blue on blue. Okay.
Congratulations.
That was a surprise. What do I think? Should we do this to me? There you go.
Thank you for all that you do.
Town hall session. Anyone for town hall?
I don't have anybody signed in for town halls. Anybody here for town hall?
Okay, very good. Village president's report.
Wait, before you start, I believe the Park District signed up for it. Did you sign up to speak? I did. Okay,
So, yeah,
Under the agenda item.
under the agenda item.
okay.
Yeah. We pulled it, yeah, you're gonna see mine.
We're not letting him out the door. Okay, I'd just like to say that I've been involved, maybe over-involved, but as president of Northwest Municipal Conference, past president of DuPage Mayor and Managers, our collaboration has led to a newly elected village officials workshop that has brought together 6 councils of government. This is going to be quite outstanding on June 14th, which is Flag Day, which is my 50-something anniversary. What is it, 25? 56th anniversary. And you've got questions, we've got answers, and I think this board, I would encourage you to attend. I think it'll be a great day. I've attended a couple, 3 of these over the years. I may be asked to speak there again, but Herb's been involved with, where the heck is Herb? Oh,
He's there.
Herb's been aware of this and contributed with Northwest, and so I really want to encourage our board to consider attending. The clerk gets off the hook on this one because she has her own specialized training.
Weekend October.
I have, want to thank the people of Hanover Park for honoring me by returning to office. My goal the next 4 years is about building partnerships, building relationships, so that as we do work with our neighbors and our park district, all boats float together, and we have to bring that up and around. I was pretty stressed out over the last few months with the election process being challenged, only because the last three I wasn't challenged. You know, everybody kind of thinks, oh, Rod's doing a good job. Okay, great. But I have had a challenge this time and prevailed, and my goal continues to be to build partnerships and quality relationships. Otherwise, my board would be kicking me in the shins, right? So with that, I'm not going to belabor that. I will move to approve by omnibus vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second?
We have motion and second.
And those are items 7A1 through 7A7,
Six.
6?
Yep.
7 will pull off the,
Correct.
Oh, okay, through 7A6, 7A1 through 7A6.
Trustee,
Very good.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Broccolino?
Yes.
Trustee Alba?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel?
yes.
Great.
Okay,
787.
7A7. I should have pulled this off because I made a change at the last minute, but motion to pass an ordinance designating the village director and alternate on the board of directors for Northwest Municipal Joint Action Water Agency. So it's really not appropriate to be on here because I made the,
So do you want to make an edit, or do you just want to do it the next meeting?
I would just like to pull it off and
Okay.
we'll address it down the
Sounds good.
future based on
So
late
should I
conversation.
make a motion to
Yes.
remove? Okay, then,
I motion to remove 7A7 off tonight's agenda.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Broccolino?
Yes.
Trustee Alba?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, 7A8, motion to remove from the table the previously tabled motion to approve a waiver up to $600,000 in water-related
60,000.
fees. Pardon me?
60,000.
60.
Oh, what did I say?
600.
Well, that's all you get. 600,000, 60,000 in water-related fees to fill the Hanover Park District's Safari Springs Aquatic Center pool for the summer of 2025. In the event the facility closes early, no additional water-related fees will be waived beyond the closing date. Do we have a motion to remove from the table?
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Broccolino?
Yes.
We're gonna go to the next one.
oh,
Trustee Alba?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
And Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Thank you. 7A9, if the motion to remove from the table passes, which it just has, move to approve the waiver of up to $60,000 in water-related fees to fill the Hanover Park District Safari Springs Aquatic Center pool for the summer of 2025. In the event the facility closes early, no additional water-related fees will be waived beyond the closing date. Steve,
Wait,
the
can I get a
microphone?
motion?
Oh, yeah, I did. Got a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you.
Motion and a second.
Yeah.
Steve, take the microphone. I think we have some questions for you. If you'd like to
Absolutely. Thank you. It's not often,
articulate something.
yeah, it's not often I get to sit on this side of the table here. So first, it's an absolute honor and a pleasure to serve you folks in the community of Hanover Park as the executive director of your park district. It's been incredibly humbling, and we are very thankful on behalf of my board, our constituents, our staff. We're thankful to you folks here at the Village of Hanover Park and the community for your renewed trust and support in the Park District as we are determined and we continue to strive to give you all the best possible leisure services that you need and deserve. So I do have some notes that I'd like to tell you folks about with this current water waiver. Again, I'm coming here to ask for your support and up to $60,000 for the water waiver for the pool. Over the past 3 fiscal years, we've made landmark progress within our agency financially. We've had budget surpluses in many of our corporate funds, our recreation fund, our liability funds. Unfortunately, we have a huge burden that continues to grow each year, and it's our pool. It runs at a deficit annually. In 2023, it ran at a $187,000 deficit, and that's strictly because of the labor costs and rising costs of chemicals and supplies and so forth. In 2024, it ran at a $200,000 deficit. In 2025, which is our past season, because we were in arrears, we're predicting at a $215,000 deficit. You can see the trend here. It's a 7% increase each year in the deficit. We can increase our levy by 3.5% each year, but that generally captures enough to get a little bit of the inflationary rate as it's judged off of CPI. We all know that tariffs and the cost of goods and services and the cost of labor just increases incredibly. Our liability alone this year is going to increase 10%. We're at a turning point here where, again, we're making a great deal of progress with capital projects and keeping our general and corporate funds going and sustainable, but the pool is becoming an unsustainable burden on us. This $60,000 is a huge help for us to continue to try to keep this pool going as long as we possibly can. It is not the answer by any sort of stretch of the mind, but it's definitely a very big deal for us and a huge help for us. And it's monies that are very well spent and reinvested in this community. I know there's probably questions about the health and wellness of the actual facility itself. It's in better shape than it has been in decades. Mechanically and physically and structurally, it's in great shape. Our biggest problem is the resources. It's the labor and the cost to actually operate this pool, which is really we're struggling at here. So with that said, I would love to entertain any questions from you folks.
Yeah, okay. Any trustee have questions for Steve? John, I know you had questions.
I have some questions about the maintenance on the pool surface itself. What's going on with that?
It's been.
I tried to come see it this week, but the gates are closed, so couldn't get in.
Yeah, they're closed. We don't want you jumping in there, Trustee Kunkel, and breaking something. So we just resurfaced the pool. We just painted it in-house to save ourselves about $60,000 to $70,000. We've got a really creative maintenance team, that real bunch of go-getters. So we resurfaced the pool. Our mechanicals are clean, efficient, working better than they ever have. There's no leaks. Mechanically, structurally, engineering, the pool is at its best it has been in decades.
So it also costs $60,000 to fill the pool?
Up to $60,000. So we have had problems in the past with leakage, and I'm sure that our village, who keeps track of the water, can attest that at one point we were up to $100,000 in problems. We remedied that. Last year we were able to fill the pool for about $38,000. That was 3 fills because we did do a major repair, so we anticipate that to be at least under $30,000.
So you fixed the leak?
We did.
Just to clarify, so this year you anticipate the fill in its entirety to be around 30,000?
We anticipate it to be correct, around $30,000.
Okay. And then the additional is for evaporation throughout the summer?
Correct. Well, so the pool does, we lose about 1,200 to 2,000 gallons a day through transpiration and evaporation. Generally, our water usage tends to be between $30,000 and $40,000. That's the regular usage of this pool, of what it's designed to basically adhere to. So yes, that's about what we anticipated. We say 60,000 in the case we have to do an extra fill, perhaps there's a repair. If we do a repair or there's a certain thing that needs to be done in the bottom of the pool, the entire pool needs to be drained and refilled. So we don't anticipate that this year, but things do happen. You know, as they did last year, we had to empty it and refill it twice, 3 times actually, to do a repair. But knock on wood, everything goes smoothly this year, and hopefully, yeah, we're right around that 30,000 mark is the ideal.
Thank you. And then I just wanted to say thank you so much for continuing your continual efforts to keep this pool going. I have, as a child, I had many fond memories there, and I'm so grateful to the Park District for all your efforts to make it an available resource for our residents. So thank you.
No, thank you, and thank you for your support. You know, the truth of the matter is pools run at a deficit. They're just not winning entities. But we were going to try our best because this community deserves it. very much, and it's a service, but again, we are struggling based off our tax levy to even keep it running.
So how long does it take to fill the pool?
2 days, roughly,
Huh?
roughly 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, we use a 3/4 inch hose line, so about the same size as your
And
house.
if we run a hose from Big Coley's house over?
Yeah.
Can I ask? a
Somebody told me
question?
Edgebrook Lane, actually.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
How many years have we been doing this for?
This will be the second or third? Remind me. 4? Is it 4?
Four.
This will be the 4th year?
And do you think that this will continue in the future as well?
We would hope so, unless we were able to increase our tax levy, which would be an ultimate goal. Just to put this into perspective, our agency's running on the same tax levy was incorporated in 1965. A lot of our neighbors were incorporated, park districts were incorporated on the same time with the same demographics. They now have 3 times the budget that we do. So the only thing that's going to change this, it would be a general referendum to increase the tax rate on our levy so that we can continue to operate it. So until we can accomplish that, which we do have hopes that we can accomplish that in the future, we want to get through this first referendum project because the community entrusted us to do this capital project, and we appreciate it very much, but that will come down the line eventually as we will need to increase our tax revenues and able to sustain it.
So, so my kids went there a lot as well, so lots of memories, that's where they learned to swim.
Fantastic.
So I always have a concern, right, when one tax body is giving another tax body
Sure.
funding, especially when all of Hanover Park doesn't use the Hanover Park District, we have different park districts that we belong to.
Mhm.
So that's a concern. But if you see that that's going on, shouldn't this process then be formalized and be more, I don't know, thinking of the future so that we're not doing this every year? And instead just maybe come up with a formal, the water, usage. Every year we come up with this. Can that be formalized?
So this was incorporated in the budget process and presented to the board as part of the budget, water budget, maybe not the last 4
But
years.
is there like a formal agreement with the park district that the village
We do not
has?
have a formal agreement with the park district. We do have, though, an understanding with the park district that they let us use their facilities often, as well as they work in conjunction with us on other items without charging us. So it's an unwritten, like somebody had asked me how much was that value for us using, because they don't charge us their facility fees and all of that. We were not able to come up with a number, we just don't track it that way.
Juliana, is your
But-
mic on? We can't, like, they can't hear you online.
It's mentioned in the budget, it's outlined in the budget, but
I just feel like I've been here for 4 of these already, I think. So if it was formalized, and if you don't see it changing, even if it's a short-term agreement.
I guess just like anything else, if it's in the budget, and I don't, it's not working, I'll talk loud.
So-
If it's in the budget and it's above $25,000, then we need to bring it to you. So this is being brought to you. We asked the Park District to provide us in writing a request, and so they've done that, and that's before the board, but it is in our numbers for our budget.
It just,
Then, if that's the way that it works, and we do appreciate, because we know we do have events in Park District facilities for which you don't charge us, and that's in kind. So if we budget it or put it in the budget or think of it as an in-kind donation, then we should be able to, I would think, remove it from us as a budget item if we're getting in-kind services back from the Park District, which would basically balance that off or cause it, to be equal on both sides, so that then going forward, you let us use, let's say for Cops Day, we use all of the park and we do the whole thing, we have it all day. That has to have a cost associated to it.
Correct.
So is it possible, I know we haven't had to do it because of the handshake nature between the two bodies, but is it possible that you could develop a cost associated with using that facility and our use of those facilities, so that when we come to say we're going to give you water, it's not like we're giving you water it's a trade-off.
Correct.
You're giving us use and we're giving you use. And I think for our residents, it's a lot easier for them to
Right.
tolerate and to
Yes.
digest when
Sure.
it's done that way, rather than
Sure.
saying, oh, you're giving them
Yes.
$60,000 for water, not taking into account.
Right.
Maybe we got $80,000 worth of services on the other end, or 40,000, or whatever the case may be.
Sure, happily and understandably. So, again, we're coming here humbly, requesting this by any means. This is not an expectation on a yearly basis. And I have to, respect the village, the village staff and their budgetary needs as well too. So, in knowing that, I know that it's possible that this may not happen on an annual basis because the village's budget may take precedent. And I would hate for us to have something formally, in writing that may alter your budget because of our needs, Again, we're just being very humble and requesting this, but if that's something the board would like, we're happy to do an intergovernmental.
I think it'll help to protect this relationship in the future.
Fantastic,
You have
absolutely.
an amicable board today, I don't know that it'll be there tomorrow,
Yeah,
And so
correct.
if you've got something.
appreciate
Even
that.
if it's year by year, at least it's there.
I appreciate that forward thinking, trustee Gutierrez, very much so, and we happy.
And I've
happy to
always
do it.
respected the fact that we've had a handshake agreement,
Correct.
and you don't have all these requirements in and out, because we do use the parks quite extensively over the years.
Our parks are your parks. That's
Yeah.
kind of how we feel.
So when you start breaking it down into nickels and dimes, that could be problematic also. And I think it's incumbent upon this board, at least for me, to say, listen, we got a wonderful handshake agreement. We use each other's facility and we can aid, in our partnership with some water for the pool.
And Mayor, I totally agree with that, but as a taxpayer, I want to know where my money's going, and how it's being used, and et cetera. So
Yeah.
I would, for the sake of the future, just formalize that. I think it would be best for our taxpayers to know.
We were at the mercy of your board, and we're happy to comply with whatever you folks would like. We do ask that, we don't have enough time to draft up that IGA currently, because May
No,
1st
it's
is
all
now, right?
No, we want the pool working.
But in the
It's sad
future,
when we get
but in the
there and it's
future,
not.
and to address something else you said, trustee Gutierrez, we're trying to bring people back in the Hanover Park District. We know that a lot of the community has been using neighboring park districts because they're offering better services or competitive things. We are determined to bring those community members back to Hanover Park and have that identity in Hanover Park.
I wanted to add on as well. I like what you're saying about, bringing people back to use our facilities. I love that. But I want to ask it if that's okay. If there's no assent from the board to provide water this year and the referendum that you mentioned didn't pass, have you guys prioritized what that would do and what would be cut? Is it the
Yes.
pool first?
It is.
Or is there something else? that
It
would be
is,
cut?
it is. The pool would be the first thing to be cut. It would be the first and the obvious thing to cut. And actually, if we cut the pool with the deficit we have, we would probably be in pretty good shape as an agency that hasn't had a referendum in 60 years, for a rate increase referendum in 60 years.
But as you mentioned, the pool is a feature.
It is.
a key feature in the leisure services that you provide.
Correct.
And if the pool's the first thing cut, maybe there's some other things that could be cut or pushed to the right, as it were,
We-
in the terms of maintenance or repair, upkeep, so that then the pool could stay open. That's the only thing, that's the only.
Trustee
option.
Albach, I've been here for 4 years, and
Yeah.
I have whittled down this budget to drops. We've squeezed every drop out of this lemon, I assure you. And, for those of you who visit your parks, we're trying our very best to maintain everything with the very little funds we have. So, yeah, it's a tough decision, right,
Well, it's a
of
little
priorities.
uncomfortable that it's a nuclear option, like either, this or the nuclear option of no pool.
Correct.
And I don't think anyone wants to be the ones that are the particular Grinch in this case. No fun for summer for kids, because no pool.
No, that's my job, sir.
I was just gonna say, we've gotta let, Steve's the first professional we've had in that park district for a long time.
Thank you, sir.
And he's starting to turn it around, even got some money for Ranger Park.
Well, I appreciate Ranger Park for obvious reasons.
We've been able to get $3 million in grants in the last 3 years. That's more than 2 decades
It's
at the
about
Hanover
time
Park
somebody's
District.
doing some work
I'm
over
in
there.
favor of
And
parks
I gotta
and Ranger.
support Steve with his efforts.
But yes, Trustee Albach, I understand, and yes, it's a very difficult decision. Unfortunately, that'd probably be the most likely decision to be made by me.
Anyone else?
On a side note,
Yes, sir.
there was a problem with maintaining sufficient staff
Mhm.
at the pool, which I think caused for some early closures or some closures due to lack of staffing. What measures have you taken to address that so that this coming season?
Sure.
It will be staffed, so it is available for the full swim season. It's available to our residents.
Absolutely. Better hiring procedures and better managerial procedures is what it's going to take. Unfortunately, most of our staff on our pool are young adults. And they're young adults, and they lack a certain degree of maturity. And so they often flake last minute on a shift because the over-under on the pool is so tight. We run on very thin margins, so we have the bare necessities of lifeguards. So if we lose 1 to 2 guards, that takes us out of compliance entirely, to the
Right.
point where we can't open the pool. We may have 18 guards available, but we need 20 at that day. And we only have 40 guards in rotation. And that still, once again, goes back to the idea that the deficit problem we're struggling with is the labor costs. We can't afford to pay labor. And that's just it. So it's kind of in a situation as we get what we get, you know, and so we will try our best to keep that pool open every applicable day this season possible.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Anything else, anyone?
I have a question.
Yes, John.
According to the order sitting in front of us, it's only to fill the pools. There's no refill or anything like that during the year. It's, if you read the order, it says 60,000 water-related fees to fill the Hanover Park District Safari Springs Aquatic Pool for the summer. It's not refill. It's not when they drain it out and they have to do maintenance and then refill it. That's not on this order.
This is true. We are asking for water for the season. So I agree that we are asking,
The order's gotta be changed on.
correct.
Bernie?
Well, if you read the cover letter.
Yeah, Christie, I didn't bring the letter with
Yeah,
me,
so the
clerk.
cover letter states, fill the Hanover Park pool, the Safari Springs for the summer of 2025 pool season, May 1st through August 31st. So it does have the dates in there.
So Trustee Kunkel, that could be interpreted as the pool is constantly filled every day
Yeah.
because of evaporation. So the language could read that fill happens every day.
The dates are in the discussion section on page 30.
But I do understand
Page 30 of it?
the possible
30.
confusion on that with the language.
And then on page 31, it does have his letter requesting it from that May 1st date through August 31st for the entire season.
Yeah,
that
for
needed.
all intents and purposes, we do fill every day.
I have one more question. On the bottom here, it says this is not a budgeted item, but this is in our budget, right?
It's not a line item in our budget. We
But
just don't
we-
budget the revenue because we know that we'll use the
Is it-
water, but we don't have the revenue from the park district.
Got it.
Any other questions? We got Steve in the hot seat. Ask your questions now.
Fire away. And anytime any of you have questions for me, I think I sent you our audit. You know, it's a public document. You can always get it. You can ask me directly. I'm an open
Can-
book at the Park District.
Can I ask you about something that's not
Sure.
pool-related?
As long as your board,
If it's okay, the roofs, are we gonna see any?
2026. So they're literally in the manufacturing stage right now, being developed in Canada. So they're winding it up right now, and then they'll helicopter lift it in 2026, and we'll have brand new roofs for the next 50 years.
Oh, let us know when that happens. I want to watch it.
Yeah, we're excited.
Very good. Steve, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much,
Steve.
board. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
support. Thank you.
Okay. Christie, call the roll.
Alrighty, trustee Albuck,
Yes.
trustee Gutierrez,
Yes.
trustee Porter,
Yes.
trustee Kunkel,
No,
trustee Bancole,
Yes.
trustee Broccolino.
Yes.
Yes, the yeses have it.
79.
Very good. Thanks, Steve.
7, 8, 10,
Oh, 10,
sorry.
7, 8, 10.
right.
Move to approve warrant 501, 2025 in the amount of $671,460.62.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Broccolino?
Yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Thank you. 7A11, move to approve warrant paid in advance for 11/2025 through 4/24/2025 in the amount of $874,328.24.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Broccolino?
Yes.
And Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Thank you. Village Manager's report, Juliana.
No report.
Thank you. Village Clerk's report, Christie.
Just wanted to say thank you for re-electing for another 4 years. Mayor, thank you for the proclamation. Don't forget Kids at Hope this Saturday at the Park District Building at 8 a.m. Come join us. And movies in the park are to come soon.
At 8 a.m., at 9 a.m., I have Veterans Committee meeting at the Park District.
Oh, good. Bring them all into the event.
So
It'll be fun.
we're gonna be
That's
there,
the plan.
and, at 10 o'clock is the kickoff, but I'll be there at 8 o'clock, certainly.
Great, we'll have a party. Excellent.
Make sure the door is open. The Corporation Council report?
No report, thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. Trustee Porter.
Just very quickly, the Sister Cities Committee is in Dixon, Illinois this weekend at the state convention. And I will be representing Sister Cities at the Kids at Hope event, while my colleagues are in Dixon at the state event. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Trustee Kunkel?
Yes, I attended the Schaumburg Airport Board last night, where they approved Holiday Airways for the FBO services there, and FBO is fixed base operations, for anybody that wants to know.
Thank you.
They also, provide, Holiday Air also provides aircraft maintenance and avionics repair there. I also attended the POC board last week. Last week. And they're looking at expanding their services inside Ascension Health, which is where Trustee Gutierrez is working. So they're looking at expanding more services into that building.
Yeah.
I saw those flyers last night.
Yeah, I think that we call it the upside down. It was, it used to be an emergency
Yep.
health center. It's been vacant for over 7 years, I think. And we could really use it. We've had a lot of visits from the Illinois Department of Human Services over the years. And on Tuesdays, it gets really packed in there, so we need the space. But we need to get rid of the ghosts first, and then hopefully move in.
They also saw 410 individuals that were serviced at the Ascension Health Building. The Vets Committee is all set for Memorial Day, and Sister Cities is still finalizing their Juneteenth event. Otherwise, Happy May Day.
Happy May Day. Yes, that it is.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Bancole?
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations, first things first, congratulations to the board members that were reelected. Congratulations, Mayor, and welcome to Trustee Broccolino. A couple weeks ago, well, maybe it wasn't a couple weeks ago, but recently I was able to attend Hanover Quick Wash's grand opening. So I wanted to thank Director Govind and our Community and Economic Development Department for assisting that business to reopen. It's a new and modern laundromat. The machines, the wash machines even have Apple Pay and Google Pay on them. And it's now a woman-owned business. And so really, really excited to welcome them into our community. Last week, our environmental committee was able to hold our Arbor Day celebration. We held one celebration in which we honored former Hanover Park Village Clerk Ada Corral Sepulveda. And we were able to do it at Hanover Highlands Elementary School, which was really special because her daughter got to be a part of that celebration. And then the following day, we were able to support a memorial tree planting at Einstein Elementary. And so I wanted to provide my sincere thanks and gratitude to our village engineer, John Stell, and our Public Works Director, TJ Moore, and our entire Public Works department who made both of those events so special and such a success. And a few days ago, I was able to attend DuPage County Board Member Saba Haider's Eid celebration. Saba is one of the few Muslim American elected officials in DuPage County, and one of two on the board, and so it was important to her to put forth a community celebration that brought many community members together, and it was really an enjoyable event. I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Broccolino.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to our village clerk, Christy Merrill. Your dedication and hard work have been instrumental in keeping our community running smoothly, and I truly appreciate all that you do. I would also like to thank Mayor Craig for his invaluable guidance. Walking through our community with you has opened my eyes to the profound impact you have here. In a time where it often feels like we are all too busy, you make it a priority to connect with the people of Hanover Park. I witnessed this firsthand as we walked together, and it inspired me to see how you take the time for everyone in our community. I'm grateful to be a part of this board of amazing leaders, and I hope my time here serves our community well. And I look forward to working together to continue making Hanover Park an even better place for all of us.
Thank you. Very nice start. Nice to have you aboard, Tim. Trustee Albeck.
Yes, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Gutierrez.
I've got a couple of things.
Oh, I thought you said.
It's okay. Thanks. I also wanted to extend some thanks as a result of the campaign. The mayor, of course, for providing mentorship and guidance throughout the campaigning process, which was all very new to me. Walking through the snow door to door to residents' house to talk about campaign issues. Amazing. So thank you, Mayor, for providing all that wisdom and mentorship. And to fellow trustees, Porter and Gutierrez and Kunkel and the clerk, Merrill, and our new trustee, Broccolino, great times. I really enjoyed our meetings at the donut shop to form strategy and, outline operations and execute tactics in how we were gonna run the campaign. I really appreciated all the aspects of that. More recently, as of last night, I got to accompany the mayor and also ran into trustees Porter and Gutierrez as well at the Academic and Community Showcase and 60th Anniversary Extravaganza. This is the title that they went by. At Teft Middle School, that was also a great experience, seeing all the students and organizations that were there. There's been a lot of focus on schools, public schools especially, and I think anyone that had the opportunity to see that event would be greatly influenced positively in having seen what students and faculty, administrators, the community are all doing in a local public school just down the road. I'm a little biased, to be quite honest, because my father-in-law taught in that school since they built it for the first 37 years. followed by my wife, who's taught there for 22 years, and even our daughter taught there for 2 years. I also substitute taught there here and there for several years as well. So I'm a little biased about having been at that school personally, and my family considering it more of a family business than a public school. But I've been out of the school for a while, focused on some other things, and to go back and see the things that are going on re-energized my faith in our public school system and what the administrators and the teachers and the kids all do there all day, every day. It's really, truly fantastic. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Albert. I was pulling your leg there at the beginning, because I knew you would appreciate it. Trustee Gutierrez.
Yes. We are, the Historic Committee is working on putting together a timeline of Hanover Park, beyond just when we were formed formally. And so we're looking for people that have been here for a long time to give us information and fun facts about Hanover Park that we may not know. I'm looking at you, Mayor, your wife.
Sherry.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Sherry. So any important events or any fun facts, we really would like to get those from you. And then I have a question. The
Sorry,
appointment-
so like in a verbal sense, like are you looking for like
Just-
stories?
Yeah, or just to email me, it's like, hey, did you know that in so-and-so, some robbers died under the bridge? There was a movie about it.
Okay,
But just fun facts too, you know,
Okay.
why were we named Hanover Park, which we know, and did you know that the railroad stopped coming to Ontarioville in the 50s because there wasn't enough people taking the train? Stuff like that, that we'll be sharing at an event that's coming up in August.
Okay.
Plus, we just want to have our timeline together.
thank you.
Yeah, because Bartlett has a lot of our history as well, so
They do.
we want to beef ours up. So, I have a question about appointments to committees. I had two people tell me that they were reappointed, but no one approached them to say, would you like to be reappointed? Is there a process?
Yeah, the mayor's. And I'm working with Sue on that process right now.
Okay, so right now, no one was asked, they were just reappointed?
Well, I typically, when I get ready, I talk to the board liaison.
Okay. All right. And then,
And you can always call me and say,
yeah, I had two people ask me, tell me, oh, I got reappointed, but nobody asked me. I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
so the CIDC is short 5 people and 2, what do you call it?
One passed away and, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're short. And environmental is short 4, plus a, what do you call it? The alternate. So you're down 5 and 2 alternates. Environmental is down 4 and 1 alternate. And I'm committed to help you.
How many alternates are there supposed to be?
You have 2 alternates, vacant,
We're supposed to have 3?
2.
We have 1 alternate.
You have 1 alternate.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have it in front of me, but I've been talking to Sue
Okay.
about my next steps.
Okay,
Okay?
all right. And then,
And I'm trying to figure out the best situations. Jenny's coming on, and so I've had some conversation around
Okay.
that area. So,
okay.
work in progress.
Yes.
Okay.
So speaking of committees, we are working with Environmental Committee, we're working with the Sister Cities Committee as well, and so though we be small, we be mighty. Mental Health Awareness Month, are you guys aware of beacon.illinois.gov? It's through the Illinois Department of Human Services. So if you go to that website, especially if you're looking for behavioral health services for your family or your child, beacon.illinois.gov is paid by the Illinois Department of Human Services as a program where you can find mental health services for your family. So it's a really, really valuable link. I've been making all the rounds of the resource fairs, lots of fun. I have to say kudos to all of our schools who are really doing a lot for our children. And then, oh yeah, the Historical Committee will be presenting 3 plaques to 3 properties on Saturday, May 24th at 10 a.m. It's going to be a small ceremony, so you're welcome to join us. It will take place at the Ontarioville Plaza, and we're looking at honoring places that are 75 years or older or historical. For example, the original Bender's Cash and Carry, which was built in 1926, used to be the AA Music, now it's the Rais Salon. Then the, I'm gonna mess this up, Feuerhaken Farmhouse. It was built in 1875, and now it's Arts and Music. And the Executive House that was built in 1903. So I hope you guys can come out on a Saturday at 10 a.m. For pictures and as we honor these places with plaques. And then,
We'll have to get it on our calendar, so please contact us soon.
okay, I think it is on our calendar. Right, I think it is. I just want to congratulate the new board, and I think this is the first time we have 4 strong ladies sitting up here. Although I feel really far away from you, 3, but I'm here, right?
Boy, so-
She didn't hear my earlier comment.
No, she was away, which was good.
Okay, so did you say something about it?
No need to repeat it right now.
Okay, all right, let's let it not repeat it, but I just want to congratulate all of you. I know it was a very tough election, lots of, tough to make a decision. But I'm just so excited that you're all here, that we can represent the diversity of Hanover Park. So congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to you, Troy, as well. Thank you, that is,
It's nice you included Troy.
yeah, he's not one of the lead.
Somebody should.
Lisa, I don't see that in our calendars.
It's
Very-
not,
I
okay,
don't see it, but
all right.
maybe just double check that.
Oh,
I
Thank you.
will let him know, okay.
Very good. I enjoy leading this board. I think we're committed to the people of Hanover Park, and it's my honor to be here and to mentor, coach, and provide some leadership if at all possible, because you're all pretty sharp in your own right. So thank you, and I've been blessed for many years with our village manager, who sees me coming from a mile away. So thank you, Juliana. And with that, motion to go to executive session, section 2C6, setting the price for a sale of property owned by the village of Hanover Park. We will not be returning, as I understand it. Do we have a motion? Oh, wait, I gotta get a vote.
Let's do a motion first.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Now we'll vote. Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Broccolino?
Yes.
Trustee Alba?
yes.
And Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
What are we voting?
We were voting to go to executive
Oh.
session.
Okay, and that's under
And now-
2C, under 2C.
6.
2C6, setting the price of sale of property owned by the village of Hanover Park.
Motion to adjourn? Oh,
You're right.
And we're not returning.
all in favor?
We're not returning, but I do need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Thank you.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you to the
Time is
Park District for
8:04.
coming this evening. Nice to see you.